I finally did one of the things on my bucket list, and I'm so excited, still excited about it. So, have you ever seen me at the morning meeting with a cup of coffee? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever, it's the morning meeting. So I'm usually getting ready, throwing it, heating the coffee, throwing it in a tumbler, getting a train. Miss Girl, I just got home 3 hours ago. Oh my goodness. So I need this right now talking to you. I was going to talk in the dining room, but we do the morning meeting in the kitchen 1, 2. If I sit down, I'm not getting back up. It's just not going to happen, right? So I was like, let me stand in the kitchen, coffee right in hand, and just talk to you guys because I got a little bit of time, right? So I did Disney World in one day, all 4 parks, like a maniac. I had so much fun. I finally did one of the things on my bucket list, and I'm so excited, still excited about it. So meeting a bestie really quick because the majority of the trip, right, will be on the Travel Channel. Miss Girl, we had so much fun. So real quick, the backstory, last minute was not planned, right? So the bestie's middle daughter turned 21 on Memorial Day, and she wanted to drink around the world in Epcot. It's 11 countries, and she just wanted to do all 11, right? And so her and, her other sister and some friends, it was 4 of them, they rolled out a few days before, right? Did all the things, park hoppers and everything. So she's like, it's her 21st, Tish, I want to be there. Be there. You should be there, right? So very last minute, she was like, we were at work one day, and she's like, they have 2 seats left on this flight. You want to go? I was like, what? Girl. So I had to check the calendar, make sure nothing was going on with the girls. I knew nothing was rocking with me, right? And it was a holiday. So I just called hubby, right? Real quick. We got anything rocking on Memorial Day or the day after? Nothing, right? It's cool in the gang. He was like, yeah. I was like, all right, I'm about to book this flight. I'm about to book this flight. So that's how it happened. And I tell you what, when you don't plan things or when it happens that way, it's fire. It's just so much fun, right? So that's how it went down. And let me take a sip. Oh, something in my eye. Oh my God. Girl, wait a minute. All right, so that's how it went down, and we had so much fun. We got there, no problem, but it's me. So something happened, right? Why did we almost miss the flight? It was only 2 flights. We flew Southwest, so from Philly from PHL to MCL, there is 1 Southwest flight in the morning. It's like 6 a.m. And then there's 1 coming home at like 8, right? So that's fine, that's perfect. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh, if we do the overnight, we'll just do Disney Springs the next day, have nice dinner, you know what I mean? Boom, get on the flight to come back home. It's always some shenanigans when I'm involved. It's always some shenanigans, right? So we're chilling, we're in the lounge, right? We're, just having a good time, right? In the airport, had some breakfast and coffee and things, right? And she's like, well, come on, let's, the flight is at 6. So, you want to mosey on over. They want to close the doors like 10 minutes before the flight leaves. So anyway, we get to the gate and there's nobody there, like absolutely 0 people, right? So I'm like, when I say nobody, it was absolutely nobody because it was so early in the morning. It was like 5:30, 5:45. So nothing really started rocking yet. Plus, it was a holiday. too. So that was fire. Got, right on in, right? So we walking cute, right? Walking to the gate. Nobody's there. It's two people, right? People at the gate, right? So they're like, are you two going to Orlando? We're like, yes. They're like, come on. We're waiting. They're about to close the doors. You better stop it on that. How you about to close the doors? We still had like 30 minutes. So we moseyed on down to the little walkway, right? Right? And yeah, they were getting on. And it was almost like we got on and it was like, boom, with the door. But, we had like maybe 5 minutes, but they wanted to close the doors, right? So we can get going. So that's what happened going. Coming home, my flight, what did I tell you? 8, it's only 1. Why did we kept getting message after message about the flight being delayed? I'm looking to make sure I'm turning. The flight being delayed. So 8 turned into like 11:30 or something. Girl. And then then it was later. It was more like 12:15. So now we after midnight. Hubby is like, what is going on? He's like, listen, just try not to wake us up when you come. Oh my goodness. I'm like, you going to sleep? You're not going to wait up for me? He was like, no. Be careful, safe flight, you know what I mean? But we did talk right before we took off. It's just what we do. You know what I mean? We make sure we talk to each other. And, obviously when we're not together. So, but hold on. Let me throw this down real quick because I got to show you some stuff. So, always some shenanigans, right? That's what it was. Us going, almost missed it. Us coming back, the flight was delayed. But I'm glad it happened the way it did. Like, I'm glad that delay wasn't in the beginning. It would have ruined the entire surprise because her daughter had zero idea that we were coming. So the look on her face was priceless. Oh
my God. Is this her? Yeah, we're
I'm glad it happened the way it did, meaning that the delay was at the end and not at the beginning. It would have ruined the entire trip. We were boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? We had park hoppers for one day. When I say my back, my shins, it was things hurting on my body I didn't even know could hurt. I did about 25,000 steps that day, right? And oh my goodness. But I finally did it and I'm so excited about it. But it's always some shenanigans and I'm just glad it happened on the end. It was a 3-hour and 30-minute delay. Girl. But I will do it again in a heartbeat. And let me tell you, I'm thinking about doing it again sooner than I think. I think, right? I think so. It's so fun because let me talk about this real quick. I need to start separating what I do with the girls just a little bit. They're totally different. You know what I mean? And if I'm doing a park, let's say, if I'm doing Disney or if I'm trying to do Disney in a day with one, Sydney is more relaxed. She's chill. She's, let's go sit down and watch a show kind of girl. Maybe go on a ride. She's not doing Tower of Terror. She walks down Sunset Boulevard and she's like, no hotel, right? She is not rocking. But then she would get on like something like Rock and Roller Coaster, which now they switched it to the Muppets, right? But it just depends. But I know what, and she'll take a break, chill, film herself and everything. Kara, she's my daredevil. So she wants to get on all the roller coasters. She's on Tron, on the motorcycle, and she's doing all the things. Sydney was like, no bike. She's just, our visit would be very chill. And I feel like Kara's the autism is different in them. Do you know what I mean? It's different. So, Kara is very, very anxious. And I feel like I need, we just need to be separate, Kara and I. Like, it needs to be a mommy and me. For the both of them, but mostly for Kara. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm like thinking of some things, right? So, let me show you my ears. So, these are the ones I left with. And I'm telling you, I probably based this on a fact, right? Cruella de Vil, right? So I did a pack with me on the travel channel too. So if you didn't see it, I show the ears. Like, these are the ones that I took with me. I purposely only took one pair of ears because I knew I love the ears. They hurt, but I love them. I love them. I sound like Carrie Bradshaw with these shoes. I think they were like Manolo Blahniks or something. And they're her favorite pair, but they pinch her feet. But she was like, but I love them. I love them, right? But they give me a headache. But surprisingly, I wore my ears the entire time. So I don't know. Maybe it was the way I had placed them or whatever. But I opted to take these because, I don't know, I base everything on Hershey now. Like, Winnie the Pooh reminds me of Hershey. You know what I mean? So, but yes, on Cruella de Vil, right? With the 101 Dalmatians. And look, that's so cute. So yes, on that. So these were the ones that I took. And these were the ones that I brought. This was a must. How am I there on Memorial Day? You see how hyped I got? I wasn't this hyped in the beginning when I first started talking to you. I'm talking Disney, so it's a hype situation, right? Hype this video if you can. Speaking of hype, right? So how do I not get these ears? Memorial Day. I was there on Memorial Day. That was my day in Disney, and that was fire. So yes on that. Yes on the 250th anniversary. Right? Oh my goodness. So yes on the patriotic. Yes on Tiana. This was one I really, really wanted. They had a couple different ones, and I actually waited until I went to Disney Springs on, the next day, because I wanted to do World of Disney and I wanted to see all of the ears. And I was about to pick up a pair. And I thought about it, I was like, let me wait. You know what I mean? I'm so glad I did. I probably could have exchanged them. But they're so cute. They're so cute. So, yes on that. Princess Tiana rocking. That's how they look on the bag. So, yeah. So, the last ones, which are 100% appropriate, especially the fact that I was able to do this. I needed these ears. It's all 4 parks. Yes on that. I will never forget that day. Do you know what I mean? I never forget any of my vacations. And they all hit different. This was the bestie. Rocking in Disney is very different from me and hubby. Very different from me, hubby, and the girls. You know what I mean? It was just so much fun. Like, I can't, it was just so much fun. Like, I'm so happy. And when I tell you, I needed this trip, I can't even explain it to you right now, but Miss Girl, I needed this. My back could hurt for a week straight, as long as I don't get a migraine, and I did not get a migraine. I'll tell you what though, I would not have been able to do another park the very next day. I could barely walk. When I got up in the morning, I was in so much pain, so much pain. So yes on all 4 parks. So cute, right? So, if you don't want to cut them, you just kind of fold, just fold it over. And you won't even see it when you put the ears on, right? Look at the monorail. That's why it's fire. I think I took every mode of transportation. I was on a plane, an automobile, a train, monorail, right? A boat. Oh my goodness, girl. The only thing I didn't do was that Skyliner, and y'all remember I had that whole anxiety attack, and it's no air in there, and it was hot as hell. So, there was no way. If that thing got stuck up there in that heat, I was done. I would have been done. You know what I'm saying? But All 4 parks. So, oh my goodness. Yes on that. I should wear these to work. Oh my goodness. They're so cute. I'm so cute. Girl, this needs to be a video all by itself. Listen, I did some blind boxes at Disney Springs, and look, I didn't know I was going to get these boxes. I didn't know what was in the boxes, but you can see what you can get. It reminds me of like the Doorables, or you know what I mean? It gave me that vibe, but Disney, right? Real Disney. Oh, something in the other eye. What is happening? Hold on. So yeah, so I think the bestie got him as like an ice cream cone. So that was super cute. But yeah, so, and then these, they're like graham crackers or something in a candy cane, and they go in here. So I got that. I didn't put it in here yet. I wanted to wait till I got home. I didn't want to lose the pieces. So that one. So I got vending machine. Vending machine Mickey. How adorable is that? That is funny, right? So I got that one. So me and her daughter did the princess one. Now she wanted Rapunzel. That's all she wanted. And you know who I wanted. Belle is my favorite. Why did I get Rapunzel and she got Belle? I could not believe it. So we traded. Yes on Belle. So I mean, when I say I had so much fun, we were in that store, and the entire store was blind boxes. So I wonder if I recorded that. I don't even know at that point. I was in Disney Springs, probably. I don't remember. But yes on Belle. So isn't she so cute? Oh my goodness. And I just wanted to buy the entire, you know how I go crazy in the Dollar Tree? I wanted to buy every single one, but girl, these things are like 20 bucks a piece or something. So, that wasn't rocking. So, but it was such a good time. So that is everything I got. That is the story on my shenanigans. I am so tired. I am so tired. I am zombie. I am in zombie mode, and I know by midday it's gonna be something. All right, you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I can't. I'm still thinking about it. Like, I can't believe I did it. Hubby was like, "I'm so glad you had so much fun, babe." Yes, it was really, really a good time. And you know who greeted me as soon as I went upstairs, because I'm coming in the middle of the night, so you know, door alarms is going off and everything. As soon as I went upstairs, she was like, waiting. Oh my goodness. And Kara woke up too, but Sydney could care less. When Sydney sleep, she do not want to be bothered. She don't care. But yes, I wanted to show you my ears before I put them all on the headboard, right? So the only ears, it was a few that I wanted, right? But I knew I had to pack them, 1. And 2, I want the girls to pick their ears too. They're all of our ears. You know what I mean? So yeah, whatever. I may want to rock Sydney's popcorn ones, you know, or Kara may want my churros. So, but they did have a few. They had a new Star Wars one, because you know I have Darth Vader, right, with the whole thing going down, right? They had a new Star Wars one that I did not get, and they have a new Jessie from Toy Story. Oh my goodness, it's so adorable. So that is definitely coming home with me the next go around, right? So yeah, all right, girl, I can't even move out of this spot. I need to take a Motrin, right? So the entire trip will be on the Travel Channel now, right? So yes on that. And the video that's up now is, you know, my strategic TSA approved, right? Travel essentials for me. You know how I get down when I pack. I am not an overpacker. I'm very boom, boom, boom when I, you know, do things. So yes, it's over on the Travel Channel now. And yeah, then I'll get into the actual trip. So we had so much fun. All right, you guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.